Welcome to Buellwater for the next story from the Street Smart MBA. A lot of people tend to refer to the new generation of young adults as Generation Rent. House prices are so high and the deposits in particular are so big now that many of them will struggle, if ever, to get on the property ladder. And when you rent somewhere for an extended period of time, your attitude to owning possessions tends to change. I mean, in my generation, you were measured by, how much do you own, how many things have you got? Well, when you have to move flat every 12 to 24 months, then owning stuff can actually be a pain in the neck, particularly if you live on the top floor. Therefore, they're much more likely to rent things and subscribe to things. They're now entering the workforce, and therefore that attitude's going to be around now for a long, long time. And I know that many of you out there are actually working for businesses that are trying to put together subscription revenues or set up businesses like that. Now, I ran businesses like that for over 25 years, so I'm going to give you a simple tip that might help you when you're running things like this. Now, this is a story called The Law of 78. Now, as ever, it starts with a drawing. The drawing is a simple stone tablet with etched on it The Law of 78. Now, I'm actually going to read it today from a phone because it just dawned on me as we were driving up that none of us have missed the dreaded commute with the trains and the tubes and the buses. But when it does start again, because unfortunately it will, the idea that you can read a couple of short stories on here and then just pick it up again on the way home, it does actually work quite well for a commute. Anyway, right, the Law of 78. There are two types of revenue: one-off revenues and recurring revenues. Let me give you an example. If you sell a bicycle, then the customer pays a one-off sum of money and that's it. The only way you can increase your revenue, if you only sell bicycles, is to sell another one. And then another one. However, each financial year, you start the year again with zero sales and you have to do it all again. Now let's look at a recurring revenue stream like a cable TV subscription. Let's imagine each customer pays £10 a month and a salesman can sign up 100 new customers. The total revenue the salesman signs up each month is 100 times 10, £1,000. So the first month our revenue is £1,000, but the second month our revenue is £2,000. The third one is £3,000, etc. So long as the salesman keeps signing up £1,000 a month of subscription or recurring revenue. I ran businesses that always had at least 75% of the sales from recurring products and services for this very reason. The power of compound numbers is huge. I know that if we launch a new recurring revenue or subscription product at the start of the financial year with new sales of £1,000, then the revenue in year one will be £78,000. How do I know that? Well, think about it. First customers will bill for 12 months, the second for 11 months, the third for 10 months, etc. And the last ones at the end of the year will only bill for 1 month. So if you add together 12 plus 11 plus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you get to 78. My message is simple. The Law of 78 gives you a very quick way of calculating first year revenues from new recurring products. If the sales team told me that they'd bring in £10,000 recurring a month, then I knew the full year would be 780,000. Now, quite a few have read the book already, and some of you have been very kind enough to send me private messages to say, I've been running recurring revenue businesses for a long time, but I've never spotted the Law of 78, and it's a really easy, ready reckoner. That's great, because it's all about quick tips and advice to make your life easier, and that story comes from a chapter called Quick Maths Tricks. And the aim there is not to make you into a great mathematician, it's the opposite. It's to try and show you that you don't have to be a great mathematician to be a great businessman. See you soon.